What up? You know who it is. You know what time it is. Your boy Savage, aka Seth Cisneros. You tuning in to Sev Lokes Hoop Tales 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So let's get to the politics, man. Let's get to this video. And before I start this video, let me make this clear, man. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm not here to try to make anybody feel some type of way. I'm honestly asking a genuine question. I'm honestly trying to get some insight from a level-headed individual, whoever it is. If you got some insight and, you know what I'm saying, you can break it down without getting in your purse, because people see these videos and they'll get emotional and they'll let their emotions seep through the comment section. So be it. If you get offended by this video, you just a sucker, bro, and you need to check your emotions. But this is a thing that really, for the longest, has irked me, and it's because of the simple fact is, bro, is like, you know, the years that I was out there pressing the line and banging, everything that I went through for the organization, every risk I took penitentiary wise for the organizations, the bullets that I took for the organization, penitentiary risks, the dead comrades, the homies, and for somebody to try to actually say that was out of contents and mock all that, you should go play in traffic, homie, because you could never ever understand the aspect of an individual like me, right? The target that an individual like me had on my back, just being who I am and riding with the politics I rode with. You couldn't tell me anything about that aspect, and you could never say that was some fraudulent ass shit, because at any given time in the prime, I was willing to go to the deathbed for that aspect, right? But it's been something I've been seeing a lot lately, especially in the Denver scene, but I've seen it with other cities and states. When anybody ever shines some light on their city and states when it comes to Crips, Bloods, and sometimes Norteños and Sureños too, but not always, because I've seen them fools actually embrace fools from that are from other cities and states, if they're pushing the line right. But all the time when it comes to like the Keyways and Don Moves especially, they have to give their opinion on another city, another state, and basically belittle everything that's going on in that city or state, when they're not even out there to actually know firsthand of what the politics really are. So you mean to tell me people that are really activated on that front line in other cities and states, they're all fake because it don't add up to what California has created? It was not in that backyard, so it's all fraudulent. Everybody's an out-of-towner. Nobody's pushing the line right. When some of them fools are actually tapped in to the land, so all them fools, regardless of that, even when they're tapped in, they're not pushing the line right. That shit is mind-blowing to me, bro. There's been a lot of vlogs out here in Denver, Colorado, and from East Denver to Park Hill to Montalvo, Aurora, and in the comment sections, you have such a flow of California fools all in an uproar trying to give their opinions, like their opinions matter to them, to the individuals in them videos. When them individuals are dealing with their city politics, they're not worried about California. Fools do not go to California and look into what the politics is and care and try to give a view. They got fools in the city, and every city probably has their own problems. They got their own enemies. They could care less about what fools are talking about from the land, because if you're not out here, you really can't give your opinion if you ain't never got really activated on their front lines in them cities and states. And it's not just Denver. I see it in in any video that comes out with people from other cities and states that have something to do with keyways and Don moves, especially California thinks it's their duty to give their opinion. They supposed to be the leader of the aspect of what it is, and instead of giving good insight, all they do is belittle. All they do is belittle all them fools that are really in the trenches. Every place in America got a trench. And the fools that are supposed to be leaders, all they do is talk down on fools that are really in them trenches. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a mockery to them. And I find it big time with California. That's one of the states that do it the most, because you don't really see Chicago talking down on all the BDs and GDs. They embrace. You don't see. I even know New York fools that, you know, with the music aspect, they embrace. It's a lot of California fools that are just constantly focusing in on what's going on in other cities and states. Now, you know, I get it. If there's some stuff that is banged out of contents, yeah, homie, because some people, some people, the Kiwi and Don moves and even Norteños and Sudanos, it means a lot more to the individuals that are coming from the land, right? But if it's banged in a orderly form, in an orderly fashion, why would you have a problem with that expanded across the states? Why would something that was rooted from an area and expand and spread like a wildfire, why would you have a problem? That just sounds like it sounds like some fools just have to have that persona, and they feel like if they're getting overlooked because other fools might be doing it a little better. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: they're never, ever, 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 and I don't care what you say, there never, ever, ever, ever should have been the same organization thinking it was all right to kill off the same organization. When it first came out, community revolution in progress, it all was a C machine. Everybody moved accordingly. And then it got to crip on crip violence. That's backwards, homie. And fools will really glorify that and say that's right. That's backwards. That's not leadership. If you were the leader, you're supposed to be leading fools in the right way. But there's no leadership. Fools don't even care. There's no structure. That's backwards. And these are the same fools that will say, "Oh, you fools are doing it wrong. You fools are doing it wrong. Y'all some out of towners." Mind blowing to me, bro. So if you from the land, and you have the answers to what I ask, break it down a little bit, bro, because it's just mind blowing, bro, to me how other cities and states has a lot of fools, from the land, like kind of triggered when it comes to different things politics wise, and like I said, this is not meant to disrespect. I just get tired of watching the Denver video and seeing 1,000 fools just hate on the city of Denver because there's keyways and Don moves out here. And what's wild is, bro, is they say you trying to bang California main hoods and California hoods, and then when there's original hoods that are brought and rooted out from a city or state, now it's like you fools ain't doing it right. Is it you doing it right or you ain't doing it right? You know what I'm saying? When fools push their own identity, it's like that's a fake game because they're not under an umbrella. But when you push under the umbrella, whoever does that, now they're like, you're trying to be like us. It's like there's no win-win with it. So yeah, that's what it is, man. If you have the answers to that, answer the question, man. I really want to know. I want to know where your mindsets are, my Cali homies. You know what it is.